It's freezer organizing day. The day we all put off. The day where we take on more than we can handle. The day where we get it all torn apart and wish we hadn't started. However, when it's done, it's the best. And we gotta do it because we got a steer coming back from the butcher in like less than 10 days. So things need to be organized. You're gonna hear the furnace fan off and on in the background. I can't do anything about it. It's cold outside. The furnace needs to be running. Is what it is. My goal is that I wanna move all the things that are from 2020, yeah, or early 2021 to the top of the freezers, and anything that's newer to the bottom of the freezers, because things got kind of mixed around in a funny way. We have a lot of deep freezers. We're a big family. We grow a lot of food. We preserve a lot of food. So behind me is the chicken and pork freezer, and I know the freshest pork is on top and the older stuff's on the bottom, so I gotta swap that. That's our fruit and vegetable freezer. It's got fruits and vegetables. And then over here, this is our red meat and fish freezer. It also needs organizing. What do you know? And then over in this room where there's no light on, let's fix that. This is the bear freezer. It's got hot dogs and pepperoni and sausage, and I guess I just need to do kind of a quick inventory of it. Upstairs we have what we call our pre-made food freezer. So any freezer meals, or like I got some pot stickers in there, you know, if when I freeze soup, when I freeze bread, anything like that goes upstairs. I know things are not where they're supposed to be because I just pulled pizza out of the chicken and pork freezer. And I know I saw kale in the bear freezer. So let's do this. Other thing to note is that we just got a freeze dryer, which is very exciting, very overwhelming. It's kind of intimidating, really. It's currently running its cycle where you run it with bread to like get any new car smell out, so to speak. I do 2 cycles of this. I'm actually using pancakes that I found in the freezer that were kind of freezer burnt, and we're probably gonna go to the pigs anyways. So let's, the plan to, so if the beef is gonna be like 10 days or less, I think, I'm gonna start doing things that are easy to do in the freeze dryer, like bags of frozen peas and frozen corn and snap peas and all these sort of things. I'm gonna get them done and on the shelf. I think I can kind of only do like a load every day or 2, so I'm not gonna get a pile done, but better than not doing anything at all. I might get brave and do some canning too. Not brave. I might take on more than I can handle and do some canning too. That's more accurate. We're gonna start on the chicken and pork freezer, see what we find, see what looks exciting. Oh yeah, already we got bags of frozen corn. I think in my sorting, I'm gonna make sure I leave stuff at the top that I want to freeze dry. My understanding is I can fit about 2 pounds per tray, and this is a 5-pound bag. So I'm only gonna be able to fit like 1.5 bags of these because there's 4 trays in the freeze dryer. My strategy when I organize freezers is I sort things by what freezer they're supposed to be in, and I just go 1 freezer at a time, sort out where things are supposed to be, put them in those freezers, go into the next freezer, blah, blah, blah. Of course, like if a freezer's full and I have stuff to put in it, then I'll just leave the stuff that goes in there, pull out that freezer, organize. Here we go. This is a container of bones, soup bones. Obviously I was very lazy and threw them in like this, so I'm gonna throw these on for soup today. I think my fruit and vegetable freezer must be full because I'm finding a lot of fruit in here. We went to my mom and stepdad's wedding and they sent us home with blackberries, and for some reason they're in the chicken and pork freezer. And also it appears that Marius put his smoked tuna he made in here too. This pack says belly ribs 20. What animal are these from, Kate? This is my writing. What animals are these even from? Just gave this, it looks awful, but I promise it's not actually that awful. Just when it froze it looked worse. It's colostrum from Mossy cow when she calved, and she had blown a blood vessel, which isn't uncommon. So the milk looked like a little bit like strawberry milk, and it was still totally fine for calves. But when it froze, it now looks like pureed liver. I had way more of this, and I gave it to a friend for their cows, and I thought I'd given her all of it, but I already see 4 things of it in here. Okay, so what's left here on the bottom is all last year's chicken. So I'm gonna throw it in this bag and it's gonna go on the top of the freezer. I think this is a smoked bacon rind. I think I'm gonna give this to the dog as a treat. Maybe I will put my use first stuff in the side thing so I can use this bag in another freezer that I want to do some use first stuff in. It appears everything is cattywampus because there's a chicken in the red meat freezer. I had to go check lunch. And I can't throw these chickens in quick. I'm done eating lunch. Kind of feel like having a nap, but I'm gonna keep going on the freezers. I deeply regret the decision to continue this after lunch, after eating lunch and then bending over into a deep freeze, but I'm in way too deep to stop. I'm gonna need to lay down after this to settle my stomach. I'm gonna explain where we're at now. That's a hide that's been waiting to go to taxidermist, so I'm gonna put it in last, and I'm gonna hassle Marius to bring that there. This is some bear that for some reason we were storing for his brother, so it's gonna go back to him because he has freezer space now. And here's where we're at in here. So I did 2 crates high, and the bottom crates have 2021 meat. This is sausages. That's all we have left for sausages, which is kind of crazy. And this is nice steaks and such from 2020. This is all roasts, ground, stew, neck, that sort of stuff. This, Somehow we have 2 beef hearts, so I feel like someone must have given us a beef heart because I don't know why we'd have 2 beef hearts. And then some bone-in beef cuts that will be for soup. This is some smoked fish and such that's treats of Marius's. This is fishing and ice fishing bait. This is waiting to go into where it needs to go. Oh look, there's some moose too. Oh no, I got that out for dinner. That's why it's there. So, to this freezer, I added the fish and the grouse because nothing else is going into this freezer for a long time. There's still the use first chicken and pork. And this bag is used first fish, like a seal is broken or it's 2019 or whatever. That's good, and we still could fit some more in here if we needed to. Besides some raspberries to go in the fruit and vegetable freezer, this is a few packs of fish that somehow ended up very sad, and that's from 2018. So that might just be pig food. I try to go through the freezers 2 to 3 times a year, and one of the reasons is so I don't end up with things like that. So I'm not really sure how that happened. But it's not a waste. The pigs are going to wholeheartedly enjoy that. This freezer is not all the way full. None of our freezers are full. So I feel like we're gonna fit the beef in. There's not gonna be a lot of extra spaces, but it's not, you know, we're not gonna be left with a box having to live outside in winter. My goal with this freezer is to sort out, like I have some things that I use in making soup, like these sliced peppers. I want to have them all in one basket. One of the baskets got taken out of here and didn't go back in for some reason, so I want to find that basket and put it in. And the other thing I want to do is sort out things that I want to freeze dry and put them in a basket as well. Then the only freezer I have left after the fruit and vegetable freezer is the pre-made food freezer, which is upstairs in the mudroom, and it's cold up there because it's in an unheated mudroom. But it's also not full, and it just needs organizing too. So we'll see where we get there as well. I've still got this pile to put in, but how it stands here, I have 2 layers of vegetables that are all ones I want to use first in the baskets. Those are newer ones. I got a box there and a box under there of use first. Sorry, no, of the newer stuff. Newer fruits. There's a basket under there of some use first fruits. Last freezer is the mudroom, and it's cold out there, so I got jacket and gloves, and our mudroom's unheated, which means it kind of ends up as a dumping ground. And then yes, I got gloves, Ron. And then it's cold, so you don't really want to go clean up in there. So I got a garbage bag, and Hamish is gonna help me do a bit of tidy up in there as well as the freezer. What's up, Rowan?
No, you didn't.
What didn't I do?
You read the paper. Right? Mommy, papers. So my dog is giving in the house.
So this fridge is unplugged for winter because so this fridge we unplugged for winter because it can't keep up in this unheated mudroom and it just freezes up. But this freezer is what we call our pre-made food freezer. So if we buy anything, like we have a few fun things in there, that's where it goes. And I need to do some organizing in here. Our beautiful stashes of butter. Okay, so here's where we've got it. I got some garlic bread I pulled out for dinner. mango and strawberries that need to go to the fruit freezer. Chai syrup pulled out. Got jerky and some dairy and some fishing bait. Butter, cheese, ice cream, butter, a meal, pepperoni. A couple meals, jerky, frozen orange juice we use in treat popsicles sometimes. Some pre-made things that I bought. More garlic bread under there. Just a meal, butter, meatballs, anything that's bread related. That's a giant bag of ginger, by the way. Like some twice baked potatoes, meatballs, brown venison, some hamburger patties that look like they need to be used up. There's a bag of fried rice in there, a couple complete meals, more cheese, and some like pasta sauce and soup and applesauce and things. So I got a bit of a meal plan to use up a bunch of these things. If I needed to, I could consolidate these things into less space to fit beef, which I may end up doing, like putting this stuff up there. I could probably consolidate and free up 1 to 2 shelves and put beef in here if needed, but for now I'm not going to. That is the end of freezer organizing. Last one of 2021. Yay. If you want to see what half a cow looks like, I'll drop a video here. I did one a couple years ago, what a half a cow looks like, what it costs to raise, how much meat you get, what's the difference between hanging weight and what actually ends up in your freezer, and all those lovely things. So have a good day, friends.